is an analysis that we can create. Uh, Number one, each of these words, scamper, it relates to a complete word. So as you can see, scamper, S stands for substitute. So what can you trade from this idea for something else, right? Now, when we adapt this to our presentation that we are working on, the concept or campaign that we are working on, at every point in time, wherever you have put anything, and this you can really literally follow this for every kind of project you work on. It is a very generic and a beautiful system that works really, really well. So even if it's a simple corporate event presentation, or if it's a idea for a small product launch, or it's a small, just a simple training meeting, or it's a simple activation, it's just even a simple display or a product sampling. Uh, Even for those and even for the much larger ones, every presentation that you work on, always think of this on every slide of yours. Run this analysis in your mind or on a subsequent sheet of paper or in your notes or wherever. Every idea that you come out with for every single thing that you do, always think what is the substitute, what is the combination, that's C. That is, what element of this idea can you combine for efficiency? For example, you have got, so we've just combined, for example, the coconut carving idea. Coconut carving initially was a workshop idea where people will come and they will carve. We have combined it and said that, okay, we will do it as an art form. So then you are combining an artisan skill as well as the coconut, which is the Goa, symbol for Goa kind of. And you're combining art as well as a food product, and then you're creating something. So, what are the elements of every idea that you can pick, and what can you combine it and mix up and match it with something else for either efficiency? I've written efficiency here. That is technically what it is, but you can combine it so that you give a better visual, so that you give a better experience, so that you give a better complete, you are able to talk about two or three things with one activity. So how are you combining things to kind of showcase your concept better? Next, adapt. How can you adapt this idea for a different market? When we are writing different market, again, these are the technical meaning of scamper. This is the explanation of scamper. But in our context, this means how can we adapt this for a different experience? So the same idea, a coconut idea, we can take that coconut and we can make it into something else again. We adapt that same coconut idea. You take one coconut and you've got 5 different uses of it, right? Because it is symbolic of Goa. Similarly, I can pick up sand. I can say sand is a symbol of Goa. For me, when I talk about Goa, it means sand in my feet. It means I'm walking, on the beach and I'm feeling that sand in my feet. So for me, sand becomes a big thing for Goa. So if I'm saying substitute, so I can't substitute the sand for anything else, but I can take that sand and I can make an idea of it. Like I can make a little gift with, here are uh, here's a bottle filled with the sand from 10 of Goa's top beaches. Can you tell us which one it is? I can make it into a game, right? Then I can take that sand, I can combine it with something else, and I can say that here is a bottle, and inside this bottle is a what do you call, a message thing. Then that sand becomes invitation. So I can take all elements like that, and I can really use it, and I can get multiple ideas from one idea. So you substitute, you combine, you adapt, modify, put to another use, eliminate, and reverse. This very simple technique, when you start analyzing each of your ideas, each of your slides, every slide, you follow this process. This is what I do. Every slide, as you do it more and more every day, every week, every month, it will become an automatic habit in your mind. You will automatically look at an idea and say, boss, hey man, I can combine this with something else to create a third concept altogether. Or I can, eliminate this completely. I don't need it in my plan. I can reverse this. I can, completely adjust this totally differently. So this automatically will start coming to you literally almost as a, almost as a second sense. It'll just keep coming to you. But the very key factor here in this is the practicing of this. Every moment, every project, every slide, every campaign, you follow Scamper method. Just it's a simple analysis, but it brings out the best in your work. There are times when, even, I mean, of course, we don't have time to sit and do this all the time. So you need to make this second nature to you, you know. So I will just like to wrap it up for today.